people, their lives are changing. We're flying high, creating a complaint-free world. No more, no more complaining. People, their lives are changing. We're flying high, creating a complaint-free world. No more.
About Onward, Forward. Whoa, there we go. My older brother and he's passed on. And so I loved my brother. We weren't super close. And I want to talk about something that he used to do, but he talked about it out loud, so I don't feel like I'm betraying his trust. And my brother was a very reactive person, and he owned businesses, and he would get mad at people and fire them. And then he would need someone to fill the position, and he would often go back and rehire those people. He had a business partner who they would say that when she fired you, you stayed fired. But when my brother fired you, it was sort of a question for a while. And in other words, he would go backwards. And I think sometimes that was a struggle for him. He probably would have done better even with his reactivity, I think, had he gone forward, hired new people. I got this quote from Ted Lasso at the very end. One of the things that he says, because there's a lot of stuff going on, sad things on the show, and he goes, onward, forward. There's a scene in my favorite fiction book, which is Lonesome Dove by Larry McMurtry, where there's a boy and he's killed by snakes as they're crossing a river. And after they cross the river and they bury the boy, then one of the cowboys says, "Dust to dust," gets on his horse and starts to continue up the trail. And the narrator says that one of the best things we can do from a tragic situation is to move on forward, just to go on, move on. And I find this to be true. I get that it is difficult. I get when we go through a tragic situation, one of the things, or a difficult situation, we need to do is grieve that situation. When you break up with someone breaks up with you, you grieve what you thought was the future of the relationship. So you need a period of time there to grieve. And I'm not saying that that is not okay. The thing I find is that we need to move forward in new directions to get new results in our lives. I was talking with someone they were thinking about making a change in their health. That's what it was. This person was having health issues, stomach issues. They had had stomach issues, significant, I would call them, stomach issues for 20, 25 years, something like that. And they had been seeing the same doctor that entire time for the 20, 25 years. And this person would go see this doctor fairly regularly. I wouldn't say every week, but at least every 6 months. And things were copacetic. They were not getting better. They were not getting worse. And they discovered an idea that on the internet that seemed to hold good promise. It was an enzyme or something like that, or a different way of eating. I don't recall what it was, but I do remember us talking about it. And this person decided before they were going to really look into it or implement it, they were going to take this very same, this idea rather, and they were going to go discuss it with the very same doctor who had given the same advice over the years. And it kept his, I think it was the male doctor, kept his mind open and looked for new opportunities, new medications, et cetera, that might have helped this person. And of course, what do you think the doctor said? No, don't do that. And this person went, okay. Now, I'm not saying that this would have necessarily solved this problem for this person. However, it would have at least moved this person forward in a new direction. My friend, my prayer partner, Brian, who I've been praying with for 11 years, 12 years now, and we're going to be talking this morning. We always do on Thursday mornings. And he and I were talking about this idea of moving forward as opposed to looking back. That's the other thing. I put this, and the reason you'll see that there's a drum on there is in the synopsis in this, and you can see Napoleon moving forward. Napoleon was arguably one of the greatest military leaders of all time, and just expanded his empire in a huge way. Not necessarily, certainly not to the degree of some of the more ancient people like Genghis Khan, etc., but really amazing what he did. And there's a story. I don't know if this is true. I read this in one of these inspirational magazines years ago, or I think I heard Earl Nightingale say it, that Napoleon's drummers, the people who moved the troops forward, who moved the people forward, only knew how to move the people forward. In other words, there's a cadence that you play to move forward, which I don't know. There's also a cadence to move backward, to run away, to retreat, to move to a safe space and possibly fight again. And the saying goes, or the story goes, that Napoleon's drummers were only allowed to learn the cadence to move forward. Are you moving forward or are you moving backward? Is your mind focused on the future, the things that you want? Remember we talked yesterday about you're the one placing things in the river, and then the river comes down and brings the things to you. Whatever is here was there. You put it there with your thoughts. Are you moving forward or are you lamenting the past? Don't get me wrong. Sometimes tragedies happen in our lives, and we don't ever fully get over them. I'm not saying that. When we lose a child or a spouse or something like that, or become disabled or whatever, sometimes it just becomes our new normal. And yet we move forward with that as well. We move forward. We move forward. When our mind is fixated behind mistakes that maybe we made, things that other people have done, we're not moving in the direction of what we want to do. I was journaling this morning about something that was giving me a little bit of stress and struggle in my life. And as I journaled about it, I approached it. I realized I was approaching it with a closed mind. And that is, I was basing what was going to happen on what I felt had already happened before and probably would happen again. And then I became aware of the thoughts of what my friend Brian had said to me one day. And that's what I was starting to share a moment ago. And that is, when you feel painted into a corner, it's time to break down a wall. It's time to break down a wall. And the wall is always in our own thoughts, actions, and behaviors. So we want to get clear on where we want to go and then move forward, even if it's a little bit, even if it's just a 1/2 step, even if it's 5 steps forward and 4.5 back, we celebrate the movement forward. That's what keeps us inspired, by the way. What keeps us inspired is us looking at ourselves and patting ourselves on the back for what we're doing and for moving forward. We don't tend to feel good about ourselves for moving backwards. We want to move forward. We want to look for new options. We want to look for expansion in our lives. That's the key to happiness. It's key to growth. So what are you focusing on right now? Are you moving forward? Are you like Napoleon's drummers that you only move forward? No, I get it, historians. He finally met his Waterloo. Maybe he could have backed off a little bit and fought another day. The thing is, it's all too easy for us to give up on things, especially if we surround ourselves with people who say, oh, you should give up, whether it's on losing weight, like David Steele, our friend here, has done, or whether it's becoming more successful at work or better at relationships. There are always people who will help us justify whatever level we are on. And there's always another level. There's always a level for us to move forward. So today, I simply want to invite you to move forward. And since I said move forward, please click share. This is your opportunity to share this message with other people in your life by clicking share. Couldn't be easier. Share is not just a headliner in Las Vegas. Who else has joined us? I see Courtney is here this morning. She says, good morning from Kingston. I am grateful for legs. I was watching Flex Wheeler on his struggle after losing his leg. Don't know who Flex Wheeler is, but I lost his leg. I am grateful for rain, Trish says. Yes, beautiful. The secret with humans with horses, forward is the key. Always working for tomorrow. It's okay if today isn't perfect. You're absolutely right, Linda. Grateful to be here, says Mary. Who's going to be the first one to click share and post share? And the song of the day, which I'm going to pull right now. I actually had one. Here we go. Oh, we did that one. I'm like, oh, this would be a good one. And I know that we've already done that one. Oh, I know the one I wanted to do because I talked about drums today. And it's probably a little too much for you, some people. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to do, where is it? Right here. Walking on Sunshine by Katrina and the Wave. I don't think we've done that one before. The song of the day, at the end of each one of these, we take a moment and we all listen to the same song in different places. I can't play it because of copyright restrictions on Facebook. Nonetheless, it's fun for us to all do, those of you who are here with me regularly, and I'll continue to introduce you to positive songs. If you have a song you want to suggest, feel free to post it in the comments section, and I'll recommend it for everybody to listen to. Anybody going to do share? That's okay. Song of the day. Song of the day. Walking on Sunshine, Katrina and the Wave. There we go. Got a couple of shares. That's great. Thank you so much. So song of the day, Walking on Sunshine by Katrina and the Wave. Thank you, Linda, for sharing. Thank you for Marion sharing. You're right, Cynthia. Cynthia just chimed in for the first time. She says, great dancing song. She's right. We used to do it at our church, believe it or not. Oh, Ananda says, grateful for getting her phone fixed. And she says, great song. Trish says, shared. I'm clicking them. They're coming in so fast, which is awesome. Today, move onward, forward. Look, I find places in my life. The other day, last Friday, I'm going to say this and then we'll conclude. The other day, I think it was last Thursday it was, I was like, I am stuck. And of course, my ego goes, not only are you stuck, Will, you're stuck in every area of your life. You're stuck here, you're stuck here, you're stuck here, and you're stuck here. And I made this list, pity list, I guess. And then I sat down and I said, what can I do to move forward here? And I came up with like 3 or 4 things. What can I do to move forward here? What can I do to move forward here? What can I do to move forward? And in some cases, it was, what can I do to accept that I can't really move this forward right now? But what can I do in most cases? And for each thing, I came up with 3 to 5 things, took action on them within an hour. It wasn't a big deal. It's mostly sending emails, coming up with ideas, et cetera, et cetera. And I have already moved forward. I put things into my river, and the same is true for you. Move forward. What can you do to positively impact the situation in which you find yourself and take a step? That's really what it's all about. Thanks, everybody, for joining me today. Thanks, everybody. Courtney says, I am a male. Thank you. All right. I don't know that I've known another male, Courtney. Thank you for letting me know. I've always seen the picture and I was okay. Anyway, thanks for letting me know. I'm going to move forward and remember to call Courtney a male. Thanks, everybody. Enjoy today. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
No more complaining people. Their lives are changing. We're flying high, creating a complaint-free world. No